Arizonasports.com presents ERIN IT OUT with Erin Maloney, breaking down the biggest stories in sports.
Hey guys, March Madness is one of my favorite times of the year, mostly because I love watching all of the upsets. In the previous episode, I picked 4 teams to upset the higher seeds, and I got all 4 of those right. My bracket's still at 90% and going strong, and I hope yours is too, because you took my advice. In this week's episode, I'm going to prove to you why this is the year, after 20 years of no championships, that the West Coast will bring one home. Starting right here, Arizona goes into the Sweet 16 favored by the most points, mostly because they're playing the lowest seed left in the tournament, which just so happens to be Sean Miller's old team, Xavier. But the Wildcats have so many weapons on their roster that you can't just stop one playmaker, because another 4 will go off. Plus, if they get past this week, they have a chance to play for a title right here in their home state. Then there's those top-seeded Bulldogs from Gonzaga, and before a rematch with Arizona, they have to get through West Virginia. The Mountaineers go into this matchup red hot after knocking out Notre Dame. The Bulldogs have the depth few teams in the country can match and will be the tallest team West Virginia has faced. And although he averaged only 18 minutes per game due to Zag's coach Mark Few resting him in the first 2 rounds, 7-footer Shemek Karnowski has presented defenses with challenges all year, and there may not be another player to stop him. Oregon gives me plenty of reason to be optimistic, and I'm not just being a homer here. They have 2 superstars in Mr. March Tyler Dorsey and Pac-12 Player of the Year Dillon Brooks. Those 2 have proved to be clutch, as Tyler Dorsey hit the game winner last week, and Dillon Brooks had 2 buzzer beaters in the regular season. The only question that I have, wondering if they will come out on top, is that they'll be doing it without Chris Boucher after losing him in the Vegas tournament due to an ACL injury. And although they got to the Sweet 16 without him, a 6'10" body on the court will be missed. Then there's UCLA, who has one of the best offenses in the country and is ranked among the top in all offensive categories, averaging 90 points per game. They have arguably the best point guard in the collegiate game in Lonzo Ball, and I believe if he finds his rhythm, he's almost impossible to stop. Plus, Kentucky's a familiar territory. The Bruins went into Lexington in December and beat them. Looking at the squads and the paths ahead of them, I think that UCLA and Arizona will be meeting in the Final Four right here in Glendale, with the Wildcats coming out on top and bringing a title back to the West Coast for the first time in 20 years. For ERIN IT OUT, I'm Erin Maloney on Arizonasports.com.